Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news. Natural events will likely have an increasing say on how the international economy operates. But first in the US, mortgage applications were lower last week again, and the good rises in the first 2 weeks of the month are fading. Even essentially unchanged mortgage interest rates isn't stimulating new loan applications there. The talk of an American housing market recovery might be a mirage. And China's industrial profits bounced back in February, rising by 10.2% from the same month a year ago. They are cheering the strong rise. But we must recall that they were especially weak last year. Compared with 2022, the February 2024 result is down 21%, and it is almost 18% lower than the 2021 result. So they shouldn't be too satisfied. There was almost no recovery in state-owned enterprises. All the current recovery came from the private sector. And the Central Bank of Sweden likes what it sees locally in the track of inflation there. It is currently running at 4.5% and has been sticky, but they expect it will fall soon to 2%. That view encouraged them to signal that their current policy interest rate of 4% will be trimmed soon, starting in May or June. In Australia, their monthly inflation indicator was at 3.4% in February. This is the same as they reported in December and January. Their core rate fell to 3.9% in February, down from 4.1% in January. Like everyone, they're finding it hard to wring the last of the elements of excessive inflation out there. And you know about the West African crisis hitting cocoa production and prices. Now you should know that a cyclone in Madagascar will roil the market for vanilla beans. Vanilla is the main source of foreign currency for that country. And back in the US, warnings are starting to appear that their hurricane season this year could be their biggest and most damaging. And further, we should note that the giant of psychology and a huge contributor to behavioural economics, Daniel Kahneman, has died earlier today. He was a Nobel laureate, and if you haven't read his hugely influential book, Thinking Fast and Slow, which summarises much of his research, you should take the time to do so. The US Treasury 10-year yield will start today at 4.19% and down 5 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold will start today firmer by $14 at $2,191 an ounce. But oil prices have fallen $1 to just under $81 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now at $85 a barrel. American crude oil stocks are running much higher than anticipated. And the Kiwi dollar starts today at just on 60 US cents and marginally softer than this time yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're unchanged at 91.9 Australian cents. Against the euro, we've softened slightly to 55.4 euro cents. That all means our trade weighted index starts today at just under 69.3, and again, little changed. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. Over the Easter holiday break, we'll have normal weekend service and we'll return